Conservatives are accusing social media sites of censoring them as we approach the midterms, but many wonder how this could impact results. One America's Christopher Carter sat down with New York congressional candidate Naomi Levin to talk about the issue.
We're here with Naomi Levin running for Congress in New York's 10th district against a 13-term incumbent Jerry Nadler. Thanks for joining One America News.
Thank you for having me.
Talk to me a little bit about what we're seeing on these social media platforms and specifically what the Trump White House has said in regard to possibly regulating these very important tools now for people like you who are younger and trying to get elected. What have you experienced in particular with this certain platform named CrowdPack?
Yeah, sure. So, first of all, I want to say that this is an antitrust issue. So if a company has a monopoly over a certain industry, right, they should be investigated and regulated. And there is a question of whether Google has a monopoly over information. And I think that this issue will be explored and requires a lot of research. I have experienced censorship, an anti-Republican bias on a platform called CrowdPack. I had an account with them, and a couple months in, I got an email saying that I will be blocked because of my political views, because I am a Republican, and they blocked all Republicans as a result. And, frankly, I was shocked because for me, this was antithetical to their mission, which is to spread the democratic process and allow a candidate like myself, who's, first-term candidate going up against a powerful incumbent, give me the opportunity to reach a broader scope of people that I wouldn't be able to otherwise. And my opponent has a much easier time raising money and has name recognition, and I was banned from doing that.
We know that this has been occurring globally. The European Union in 2017 fined Google, I think it was $2.7 billion for bias or alleged bias. How is this affecting candidates nationwide in these small GOP races? Yours is a bigger race, west side of New York. How is this affecting candidates nationwide?
Yeah, young candidates like myself, we look to social media to get our name out, and this is definitely hindering our ability to reach our audience and get our message out and talk about what we want to do to help Americans. It's an unfortunate outcome, and I think the information technology sphere is a new one, and people are noticing this issue all over the world, and it's going to be interesting to see how it's addressed.
And just for our viewers out there, we're talking about the term shadow banning, which is now, in the public light with the president mentioning it and talking about Twitter and what's been happening to him. There was a ruling today, actually, in regard to the president himself not being able to block people because his account is considered public, but he can mute. These are things that are happening within the law as the law evolves. Now, let's switch to your specific demographic of being a millennial. How important is the millennial vote going to be, especially for conservative women in this election?
I have a very young district. It's about 30% millennials and younger, and we are seeing that young people are less interested in electing career politicians. I'm out on the street every morning. I'm talking to young people who tell me, I'm going to register as a Republican to vote for you. And I say, hey, you don't need to register as a Republican. You can, register as a Democrat to vote for me. A lot of people, they're new. They haven't voted much before, and I think they're going to get excited by my message. I'm looking to expand opportunities for Americans in business and technology, and this is a message that resonates with them, and I think it's going to be very important.
Naomi Levin, thank you so much for joining One America News.
Thank you so much for having me.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.